It is the start of a new season, and that means a lot of you are going to be looking for the absolute best decks to use to climb back up to Mythic. Now, if you are playing best of one, and if you are an aggro enjoyer like myself, this might be one of the very best decks that you can use to climb back up to Mythic extremely quickly. This is, of course, Grixis Fling. It's essentially an Izzet deck, but people are calling it Grixis Fling because of the Callous Sellsword. But let's admit it, you're not playing the Callous Sellsword side of this card. This is Izzet Prowess. It is a very powerful aggro heavy deck. So let's quickly talk about what's going on in the deck and then see it in some action. There's actually not a whole lot to talk about. You have your usual suspects: Slickshot Show-Off, Emberheart Challenger, and Higher Claw. Everybody is familiar with these cards, and I'm sure you're all mostly familiar with the elusive Otter. This thing is, it's awfully powerful. It is a 1/1 prowess creature. It often can't be blocked by the opponent's creatures. It gets out of control very quickly. It's a kill on sight card because if you leave it on the field for just the slightest amount of time, it can probably destroy your opponent. It does have the Grove's Bounty side of the card, which we can play because we are playing 4 copies of Starting Town. So in some pinches, actually this is technically a 4-color deck, you can fire off the Grove's Bounty to put some +1/+1 counters onto your creatures. Then we have the honorary creature in Stormchaser's Talon. Interestingly, this deck is not playing Boomerang Basics. Most of the time when you're seeing Stormchaser's Talon, you're going to see Boomerang Basics alongside that. But we are going all out. We are just looking to do as much damage as we possibly can against the opponent. So there's no time for bouncing things back to hand. We just want to put some creatures on the field and then fire off Secret Identity, Dreadmire's Ire, Full Bore, Turn Inside Out, and Wild Ride. All these cards to pump our creatures up as big as they possibly can be. All of these, with the exception of Dreadmaw's Ire, are going to be giving +3 power to all of our creatures. In the case of like Slickshot Show-Off, that means 5 extra power for just 1 mana on a Wild Ride or a Turn Inside Out, for example. Dreadmaw's Ire is 2, still pretty good, but it also gives Trample, so that's really, really powerful. And then, of course, we're going to be finishing things off with the Burn Together side of the card, Callous Sellsword. Now, one thing that is missing from this deck is Drake Hatcher. Some other versions of the Grixis Prowess deck are playing Drake Hatcher. Some of them are playing the Emberheart Challenger. Personally, I think playing the Emberheart Challenger is probably going to be more bang for your buck. So that's the version I'm going to be playing today. So let's hop into some games and let's see just how effective Slickshot Show-Off still is in the current meta. See you over there. All right, time for more Slickshot Show-Off action. Are you getting tired of old Slicky yet? I'm sure some of you might be. Oh my goodness, opening hand is interesting. I'm going to actually try this one because although we don't have spells to activate like the prowess on these creatures, what we do have is Starting Town, and we do have the elusive Otters Grove Bounty, so maybe we can make something happen with that, and then also just like drawing 1 sorcery or instant speed spell off the top is going to be pretty good. Of course, we do not do that, so instead we just plot away a Slickshot Show-Off and go. Yeah, are you getting sick of this thing? I feel like I'm kind of in the spot right now where I just kind of have to give the audience what the audience wants, and I feel like a lot of the people that have subscribed up to the channel are Slickshot Show-Off enjoyers, much like myself. So every now and then, of course, I think it's appropriate that I fire up a video featuring Slickshot Show-Off. This is one that I've actually been delaying putting out. I did play the Boros version of this deck, I guess, at some point. Opponent taking 5 damage. Oh my goodness, opponent, thank you. I did play that other version of the deck, and it's good, but I think maybe this version might just be the better one in the end. Okie dokie, so the opponent might flip the Cecil. I'm not going to attack in here. I could have challenged with the Emberheart Challenger, but I think taking the opponent down to 11 and them using Cecil to go down to 9 and flipping the Cecil would probably be worse overall. We need a little bit of help from the top of our library. We need to find a sorcery or instant speed spell. If we find one of those next turn, we'll be fine. If they don't kill the Emberheart Challenger this turn, the elusive Otter also gives us a redraw. But whoa, they actually go that way. That is aggro. So we are still quite live here. They are going down to 11. So Cecil is probably going to be flipping, and that's not the card that you really want to see. However, it's not bad. I haven't done the math. Imagine that. This guy not doing the math. Let's pay 1. We got to be careful. Starting town, always a tricky card. We're going to put the +1/+1 there. That triggers. And we are going to do it one more time. Trigger. We are taking some damage. We might actually put the Cecil in a spot where the Cecil just kills them if it blocks something. How much damage are we putting in on the opponent? They have to block the elusive otter, right? Yeah, if they don't block the elusive otter, or not the elusive otter, the otter, they die. Yes. Nice. So we now have a Slickshot Show-Off that's a 3/4. They cannot attack in with the Cecil. They don't want to do that. Do they have a plan that I don't know about? They almost killed me. But the opponent with the taking their own way out. I appreciate that, opponent. Good on ya. Honestly, one more pump spell and we would have been kaputs there. Yikes, Cecil. What a cool card. All right, interesting little start for the deck. We didn't have a lot of sorceries or instances firing off, but we got to see that, yeah, even Grove's Bounty is a valuable card in the deck. Opening hand looks kind of cool. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but we'll see. So what? Ooh, you love it. We're going to be shocking this in at some point, so we may as well do it now. So do we want to go Higher Claw or Stormchaser's Talon? I think it's going to be Higher Claw. What deck are you using to climb back up? I've been thinking about it this season, and truthfully, best of one. I played a lot of best of one last season. Best of one, it's fine, but it is kind of wearing on me a little bit. I will say that. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think so, just go out with this. I'm going to try to play a little bit more best of one or best of 3 this season instead of best of 1. I'm going to ease up the old best of 1 train and get back into best of 3. I'm also going to be playing more Brawl. I actually spent a little bit of time cooking up a... Oh, interesting. They missed on a land. They could have a kill spell here. You know what? Let's just get rid of the Dreadmaw's... use the Dreadmaw's Ire to get rid of the Ooze. And that might just set them off and be like, they're not going to stick it out. Let's see if they have removal for the Higher Claw. I've been messing around with a standard Brawl deck and trying to get familiar with that deck or that format a little bit. So I'm going to be, trying that out here and there. Try and just, see what's going on with the game and experimenting with some stuff. I did do the Stormchaser's Talent here post-combat because I was afraid that I might have to use the Turn Inside Out to keep something alive, which is probably stupid. I probably should have just put out the Stormchaser's Talent right from the get-go and would have been fine. The opponent needs something huge here because even Turn Inside Out plus Kawa Sellsword just kills them next turn. Oh, okie dokie. And now with the land, opponent unfortunately getting stuck on mana, but that's what this deck does. It takes full advantage of people who stumble. Next one. So anyways, the point of what I was talking about there was you should expect more variety from this channel going forward, at least a little bit more variety. Best of 1 is fine. I've been playing a ton of it, and I know a lot of you out there do enjoy playing best of 1, but it does eventually start to wear on me, especially how coin tossy the format often feels. What is that? I'll read that in a second. So from here, do we just go full ham? Like, we got double wild rides here. I think it's probably fine to do that. Let's get in some extra damage, especially against a quintessential katana. So this thing, equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has whenever this creature deals combat damage, untap it, and you gain 2 life. Whenever a ninja you control enters, you may attach this equipment to it. That's actually pretty good. What is going on with these last 2 opponents? If we hit a land off the top, by the way, we win. Yeah. I don't think there's anything they're going to do here. So we didn't hit the land. So do we go turn inside out plus Callous Sellsword. This is going to be, it's going to be a lot of damage, and then it leaves me with a body behind. I think it's probably okay to do it that way. And we just try to kill them over the course of 2 turns. Like, this is only another 4 damage, right? It's not quite enough damage going in. But this way, we have... Oh, hang on. I forgot about the prowess trigger. This deck's so stupid. Prowess is so stupid. Burn together. 1 CMC fling spells with prowess creatures. It's just such a stupid thing. But that's what we signed up for. Let's keep going. So speaking of standard Brawl, I'm sure there are some of you out there that do play standard Brawl. I understand the appeal of standard Brawl being that it is a smaller format, 60 card deck, not as many sets, and probably the sets that are in it are sets that you have cards for. So I do understand that people want to play that format because it's much more accessible. What I'm wondering, because I'm mostly a historic Brawl player, I kind of know what to expect from historic Brawl decks. What are some of the common things that you expect from standard Brawl? Historic Brawl, I feel like the majority of people have a commander like Raffello that is just going to combo all on its own, and if you don't stop the Raffello, you lose. This is a little bit awkward with our mana base. I actually wasn't thinking properly. This is not a blue source. Okay. Or they are playing a deck that's just green-based, ramp into whatever, and do the big stuff. I don't know if standard Brawl is going to be the same kind of gameplay experience. Like, the commanders that you have access to are obviously going to be much more limited and not nearly as powerful. So do people like really hinge on their commanders? I'm sure there are some common ones that are very, you expect to see them in a lot of matchups, and they do a lot of broken things. Yeah, Fire Sages gonna kind of get in the way. Firebending deck, that's kind of cool. And then, like, what are some of the more common strategies that people are trying to deploy in standard Brawl? I'm just kind of curious about all of that. So if you have any insight into that kind of stuff, do let me know. This is a 5 firebending, a firebending 5 moment here. That's a lot. Put counters on it. Don't kill my boy. Aw, darn. Too bad. Okie doke. They should have done this one, right? This was better. Yeah, this cost 1 less mana, but that was a better one to do, right? Okay, so if I put out the starting town, I'm going to be taking damage to put out the Elusive Otter and the Stormchaser's Talent. But I think it's probably okay to do it this way. So, Elusive Otter, take 1 damage. And put out the Stormchaser's Talent, take 1 damage. It sucks, but it is what's got to happen. And we are going to we got to try to kill them next turn. If I can't kill them next turn, if I survive this turn, yeah, that's the idea. But with Wild Ride and Callous Sellsword and another Wild Ride sitting there with 4 mana, I might be able to make something happen, especially with the Elusive Otter if they don't have a way of killing it. The Elusive Otter is really sneaky. Like, it can be very difficult for the opponents to block. They just have a ton of mana here, though. I kind of hope they just pump. It's so risky. Do I block or do I not block? This is only 3 damage. Show me what you got. I think if I lose the Otter, I lose this game. So there's really no point in throwing it away. If they just dump all your mana into this pump stuff, come on, that's so good. And they should be doing the other way. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Well, opponent, I think I have bad news for you. We do this. And that means that I can harmonize. How much does I hate this card the way it works. It costs 4, so this is only giving me a 2 discount. It doesn't matter what I do, right? I just attack in. This is 7, and then I get 7. Oh, wait. It is a little bit tricky, right? Hang on, do I not have the damage? Was that land draw like super bad for me? Because I can do this, but I can't also Callous Sellsword afterwards, right? Because this is going to cost me 3 mana, all my mana. Oh, no. I think I'm short, yeah. Just a little bit short. So, I think what I'm doing here... This sucks. I'm putting out the Callous Sellsword? Did I misplay this somewhere? Okay, Callous Sellsword onto the field, buddy. You gotta survive. I'm dead. I'm dead to these Fire Nation cadets. We drew the wrong card. That land off the top was bad, and I don't think I had the mana to make it happen. I wonder. GG, opponent. Cool. Just a weird one. Just a weird one. Well, it's still kind of nice to see firebending students doing something. Like, firebending is one of those mechanics that I feel is just, like, left behind. I feel like I did something wrong. I gotta go back and rewatch this one, because I feel like I thought I had enough damage, and then I got too far ahead of myself. I think I could have done something differently. Man, that land draw was really bad. Pretty much every other card was going to be better, right? Because I had the Wild Ride sitting there, so any creature would have had haste. Any spell obviously would have been better. Yeah, I think that land draw was just real bad. Yeah, the opponent doing Sin Spira's Punishment nonsense. Ooh, baby, are we going to see a reanimated Sin? Is that what we're doing, opponent? So do I need to hold up the secret identity for protection? I think the answer is no. I think the answer is Otters to the field. Get them all on the field. Hope that the opponent doesn't have something insane on turn 3, which they could certainly have a board wipe. They went first. It's untapped. They only have 1 black mana, though. Trumpeting Carnosaur. That's fine. That's also not bad. So do we keep... I'm so afraid of a board wipe on turn. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine? Yeah, I'm gonna put the opponent. I'm just gonna say, you know what? Do you have it? Do you have the wipe? If they don't have the wipe here, we win. If they have the wipe, they win. I think that's... Hey, you're playing best of 1, right? Trumpeting Carnosaur, not good enough. Opponent, GG. Ooh, and we drew exactly what we needed. That card's absolutely insane for us. We don't need it, actually. Like, we just have it. Boom, boom, boom. Secret identity, and that's a quick one. Back on the winning train. Let's keep going. Get out of platinum. James is next. Hi, James. I don't know what I'm proving by playing this deck also, by the way. Like, we all know what's going to happen. A lot of the times when I make a video, when I find a deck that I want to play, the reason I want to play that deck is because I'm, like, showcasing that it's kind of neat. But I've played so many Slickshot prowess decks that I'm at the point where it's like, well, you know what's going to happen every single time. It's going to be turn 4, turn 5, and we're going to just run the opponent over with a giant prowess creature. But, you know, it is what, you know, it is. It just is what it is. Emberheart Challenger to the field. Hopefully it doesn't die to another Burst Lightning. Playing there's a new version of the Burst Lightning. I don't know if you've seen it pop up, but it is so good. I ended up picking it up myself. We actually kind of getting land screwed now, and the opponent had double removal. That's not good news. We maybe found our matchup. The opponent is putting us in our place with these beautiful Strixhaven cards. Uh-oh. Burdock Core. Well, I guess that makes things pretty easy for me. What I'm going to be doing is just pumping up the Hired Claw. A little bit of extra damage in, and then hoping that eventually these will be good. You never want to have 2 Callous Sellswords in hand. You always just want 1. Wow. Dang, bro. All right. I get it. I get it, opponent. We don't have anything in the graveyard to get back with the Storm Chaser's talent. But you know what I'm going to do anyways? I'm still going to level this up because it's possible that I get up to the level 3 on this one. This game might turn into a bit of a grindy one, and maybe I have to rely on this going. They eat our graveyard, which is fine. They are also draining us because of that awesome card. And I guess it's gotta be Elusive Otter to the field. Unfortunately, I can't take advantage of the Grove's bounty. But what is cool is I do have the secret identity now sitting here so I can stop spot removal. Maybe? Nothing from the opponent. Just drain us down a little bit. They could have made a demon there. I'm a little surprised that they didn't. Okay. I guess I attack in for one. I'm pretty cooked in this matchup. I think this is not going to go well for me. Is it worth it to level up this other Storm Chaser's talent? Because I'm not flinging the Callous, the Elusive Otter. I am just holding up the secret identity. I don't even know how long I'm going to hold up the secret identity for. Yeah. So they had it the whole time. So we'll try to protect our little baby otter here. Do they have 2 points of removal for us? They do not. Okay, so we fizzle the Burst Lightning. But it's still bad news. Boros Charm to the face, taking our clock down by 2 more turns. I like what the opponent's doing. It's like a burn Furdock Core. Like this, it's so automatic, right? Like, why not put Furdock Core and Unholy Annex into any deck that's playing black? You don't need any other demons. It's enough. This thing is so safe. Am I dead? GG, opponent. Very, very, very cool deck. I do like it. Oh, I wanted to give them the nice deck. Where's the nice deck, opponent? That is kind of cool. I don't like it because of what it did to me, but yeah, that's a type of deck that's gonna feast on our game plan. But that's why we're playing a deck that has 3-minute games, because when you lose one, it's okay. You just move on to the next game. When you're sitting there, you're leveling up your Storm Chaser's talent, hoping to get to level 3 with this deck. What do you think is a worse position? Playing out Callous Sellsword or trying to level up Storm Chaser's talent to level 3? both of those are like ringing emergency bells in your head. Like, this is bad. You're toast, man. It's game over. Rust Harvester, cool. Remember when everybody was trying to do artifact? Okay, here, let's go on a little bit of a rant. Remember when Ninja Turtles came out and we got all of these like robot cards, and you saw so many decks that were... Do you think they're gonna block with the Ravenous Robots? There's no way, right? I will throw this full bore out. There were so many decks that were trying to use like the improvised weapons, I guess is what it's called. Improvised arsenal, I think is what it's called. And Chrome Dome, like this deck. And then there were like videos for like a couple of weeks, and people found like a teamer version, and they're like, this is the version of the deck, it's so awesome. And then it did nothing else for the rest of whatever season. Like, everybody just hyped it up, and then it fell completely flat. Yeah, come on. Of course it wasn't that good. All right, let's go in. I guess they're gonna probably put the 2/1 in front of the Elusive Otter. Ooh. All right, let's just do a little bit of damage. I don't think this deck can do 14 points of damage in one turn. If they can do 14 points of damage in one turn. Uh-oh. I forgot about that card. I'm just sitting here talking the improvised arsenal, and now it's going to come in to, like, kill me? Is this lethal? This is 14 points of damage. It's exactly lethal. Oh, God. All right, GG, opponent. I'm just being stupid now. I'm sitting here ranting about how this deck didn't do anything after that. And I still think it's a bad deck. I tried to play it so much. It's a bad deck. Looked pretty good there, though. So I did say that I'm going to start playing more best of 3. And the reason I'm going to be playing best of 3 is because I'm so tired. And I don't even know if this will fix it, but I'm kind of getting tired of being at 14 or whatever life total, and you're never safe. Nobody's safe at any life total in this format, because best of one, everybody's just speed racing to whatever and trying to kill each other as quickly as possible. Did you go? I'm sorry. Did you go second? Yeah, guess what? You're dead. So hopefully best of three. Go back to best of three, and what I'm hoping is like maybe I won't be so down on this game, because truthfully I'm pretty down on this game these days. It just, everything feels so crap. What are we doing? How do we beat Tyrox? Am I just slamming in with my Emberheart Challenger and hoping they trade it off? Sure, let's go in. Do you want to trade your Tyrox for my Emberheart? Nope. All right, let's just plot the Slickshot Show-Off, and then we'll set up for maybe killing them on the next turn. If we draw a land, I think it's almost a certainty that I can kill them on the next turn, because they're at 16. Who's safe when they're at 16? Nobody. Am I dead? Am I actually dead? No, they can do like 16 points of damage here, maybe. That's pretty good. Are you going to fling it? No fling? Interesting that they're not putting out... Ooh, Callous Sellsword's really good for us. It's interesting that they didn't put out the... I guess that just bounces back, so it does nothing. Okay, we have to be a little bit careful here, because I think they probably do have a shock. So I'm going to cast Inside Out on the Slickshot Show-Off and say, hey, do you have the shock? They didn't do it. So then if I do 9 points of damage here... Hang on. I got a 9... No, hang on. Let me do math for a second. Yes. It doesn't really matter what I do here. I'm just assuming that they have a shock. Or a burst lightning. Yeah, there's the burst lightning. Okay. So now we do the easy thing. Full bore. Keep it alive. What I could have done is just, with 2 mana open, Callous Sellsword. And then if they react to the Callous Sellsword, then I could have pumped up and still had enough damage to kill them. So, I mean, this is more than enough damage. The opponent doing the same thing that we're doing. It's just we are doing it with Slickshot Show-Off, and they're doing it with Tyrox. Is Tyrox... Is that a legendary creature? It is a legendary dinosaur warrior. Okay. So, we're down 3. 5 wins, 3 losses. I feel like some of the games that I lost, had I just been slightly more like aware, they would have gone a lot better for us. But I'm sitting here being dumb. The only deck, the one that had like the Boros Charm and the Lightning Helix and the Unholy Annex, that was the game that was like, we're losing this one no matter what. But, oh man, if I could take back that game against the Artifacts, not being so cavalier about the Artifacts, I think we probably could have had them. Okay, Emberheart Challenger, Stormchaser's Talent. I'm not going to put out the Slickshot Show-Off because I know that this deck, the opponent's on, is probably going to have ways of removing the Slickshot Show-Off, and then with the Dreadmaw full bore, turn Inside Out, and of course we're going to draw the Callous Sellsword off the top of our library next turn. We'll be fine. Sure. How much damage is this anyways? This is lethal damage. Right? 5. This is 15 points of damage exactly. So we just killed the opponent next turn. They're going to wipe their... They had... Did somebody ask for a Callous Sellsword off the top of their library? Ding, 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 ding. Delivery for AbojiiMTG. Here you go, little buddy. Don't need it, but... I'm sorry. And we had another 17 points of damage in hand. What a stupidly funny top deck. Hello, opponent. Bye-bye, opponent. These games are going a little bit too quickly. Usually I try to get my videos up to, I like 45 to 50 minutes. Steven Snyder. GG, buddy. All right. We're gonna do a bonus one. Alexander. Hopefully Alexander sticks around a little bit longer than Steven did. Steven knows what's up. Probably fan of the channel. Knows that there's a Slickshot Show-Off coming down the pipeline. Nobody wants to sit through Slickshot Show-Off damage. It's such a bad card. And I love it. I love this card so much. But it's such a bad card. Like a poorly designed card. Oh boy. Okay, we got ourselves a gamer over here. We have Mox Jasper, Gene Pollinator action. That is okay. Are we gonna see some dragons? Is Alexander bringing out like Sultai dragons? Something super sweet. Sultai dragons. Oh, cool. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay something. Blah blah blah. It does a lot of stuff. They just tried to neuter my boy. Emberheart Challenger says I can still be 4 damage. That turn inside out is bad. Do I still use it just for funsies? Just to send a message? I think we send a message to Oko. Get off my board. I wonder if I should have sent all that damage to the dome. But yeah, what did that do? -2, -0 until your next turn. I like what the opponent's doing. I'm a big fan. Corroding Dragonstorm. Opponent, I kind of hope that we can see more of your deck because I think this is sweet. Are they going to put the Gene Pollinator in front of the Emberheart? Are they going to put the Llanowar Elf in front of the Gene Pollinator? Or Llanowar Elf in front of the Emberheart Challenger? Let's find out. I think we take this opportunity to do Dreadmaw's Ire to get rid of the Furdock Court, and we hit a land. It's not a good land. It's not a bad land, but it's not a good land because we are on turn 4. But we get rid of the Furdock Core just in case they have maybe Unholy Annex. Also, it's mana. Stalactite Dagger. Cool. I don't know what to expect anymore. They return the Corroding Dragonstorm to their hand. They play it back out. There's the Unholy Annex. So they do have, though, this thing that's going to kill us. Oh, I might be in trouble here. I need... It's not an artifact, is it? No. So I could kill this, but then this thing turns it into... So stupid. All of this is so stupid. What do we do here? I think we attack. Okay. And then I Dreadmaw's Ire. I'm Dreadmaw's Iring because I want to see a card off the top. I need more lands, yes. And we also get to get rid of the Stalactite Dagger, which maybe can turn off the Unholy Annex at some point. We do have this, and I think we just put down the... Okay, they're going to be at 14. We can maybe kill that. Okay, Demon's bad. Demon's bad news. It's going to be hard to get through that. Okay, oh, they're going to be actually at 16. 16's even harder to get through because I do not have trample on the Slickshot Show-Off unless I draw another Dreadmaw's Ire. Sure, come on in. Okay. 16. A land is not bad, so we can go... I think I try to just kill them, right? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oh, Wild Ride! Oh no, I made a big mistake here. How much damage is this actually going to be? This is not nearly enough damage, is it? I made a huge error with the Wild Ride. Wild Ride needed to be past pre-combat. What if I told you? Heroes never die. What if I told you? It doesn't matter. Emberheart Challenger on the scene, had it mathed out perfectly. That's a win. GG, opponent. You are doing something far cooler than I'm doing. I'm so sorry that it had to go that way. But at the same time, hey, win's a win, right? All right, so if you want to win, you want to climb the ladder fast, play probably the best prowess deck in the format. Of course, it is a glass cannon deck. If your opponents are packing a ton of lightning helixes, burst lightnings, requiting hexes, you're gonna have a hard time getting a Slickshot Show-Off through. The thing is, though, you just need one moment. The opponent has to tap out just slightly, and you can find an opportunity. You plot your Slickshot Show-Off, you wait for a little bit, you generate some instances and sorceries in hand, and then you throw it all at the opponent's face. You saw how much damage this can do. Everybody knows Slickshot Show-Off. It's not revolutionary. This is nothing new. Obviously, this is powerful. I think this is overall also more powerful than the Boros version. The Boros version has the upside of maybe providing a little bit more protection for the cards. But going into blue, Secret Identity is so cracked. It's either a hexproof spell or it's an extra 5 points of damage, 4 points of damage, I guess, because you turn your Slickshot Show-Off into a 3/4 and then it gets +2. So it's actually only kind of netting 4 extra damage because of it goes from a 1/2 to a 3/4, then it gets pumped by 2, so it goes up to a 5/4. So yeah, still, Secret Identity, crazy. Whereas with the white spells, you're probably only getting the hexproof side of it. So the versatility of Secret Identity is actually just insane. And then obviously, Elusive Otter, Stormchaser's Talent, these two cards are fantastic. Why not have more prowess creatures? White doesn't provide prowess creatures like the Izzet deck does. So this is probably your best bet if you want to just climb the ladder. You want to churn through games as quickly as possible, play something like this. And also, as far as budget goes, I guess it's a little bit expensive because, yeah, you could probably replace the Higher Claw. Higher Claw is fantastic, though, and you also do need lands. It's expensive deck. What can you say? If you want something cheaper, just go mono red. Mono red will make it so that you don't have to worry about the lands and you only have to worry about the red-based creatures. That's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the nonsense. Let me know. More Slickshot Show-Off. Are we doing more burn or are we moving on to other things? Also, expect some best of 3. Expect Standard Brawl coming very, very soon. Let me know what you'd like to see in those formats because I am going to be recording more for those ones. Take care. Sarang ipana, and I'll catch all of you wonderful people in the next one. Bye-bye.